Yo baseball fam. If you're not glued to your screen right now, you better be, because what just went down in Los Angeles is about to shatter the entire league's reality. We're talking a $60 million a year contract for Kyle Tucker? Let that sink in like a fastball to the ribs. The Dodgers didn't just sign a player, they dropped a nuclear warhead on the free agency market, turning their already super team into something straight out of a video game cheat code. This isn't just news, this is chaos. Front office anarchy. Fan fury boiling over. And I'm here to break it all down step by step because trust me, the conspiracy runs deeper than you think. Imagine waking up to headlines that scream Dodgers go nuclear. Yeah, that's the vibe. This deal isn't just big, it's seismic. It's the kind of move that makes you question if baseball is still a sport or just a billionaire's playground. And folks, if you're a fan of any other team, buckle up, because the Dodgers are about to redefine what unfair advantage means. We've seen big contracts before, A-Rod's $252 million, Giancarlo's $325 million, but this is $240 million for 4 years, an average annual value that blows those out of the water. It's not just money, it's a statement. The Dodgers are saying, we're not playing, we're conquering. And as a lifelong fan who's seen the highs and lows, I gotta tell you, this feels like the tipping point. The outrage is real, the shockwaves are hitting, and I'm diving deep into why this could be the most controversial signing in modern baseball history. Alright, let's break this down before the outrage mobs form and start storming the comments. Picture this. It's the off-season, free agency is heating up, and the Dodgers, already loaded with stars like Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman, decide they need more. Enter Kyle Tucker, the Astros' right field dynamo, and boom, they ink him for 4 years at $60 million per season. That's $240 million total, shattering the average annual value record for a position player. But here's the crazy part. This isn't just about adding a bat. This is about the Dodgers saying, enough with good, we want unstoppable. They looked at their roster, saw the gaps in the outfield, and decided to go all in, sending shockwaves through the league. Fans are furious, media's in meltdown, and executives? They're scrambling to keep up. Why the outrage? Because this isn't fair play, it's a power grab that could tilt the entire sport. Reports from Ken Rosenthal and others paint a picture of a front office that's clinical, almost ruthless. They didn't just offer money, they offered a spot in a lineup that's already stacked. But the fallout? It's massive. Teoscar Hernandez, the team's fiery outfielder, is reportedly shifting positions to make room. Prospects like Bobby Miller and Brian Ward are on the trade block. And the luxury tax? It's skyrocketing to levels that make even the Yankees blush. This isn't a signing, it's a revolution. And as we unpack it, you'll see why this has baseball purists screaming about competitive balance and conspiracy theorists whispering about a Dodgers dynasty in the making. Let's talk players and teams here because context is everything, and without it, this deal just looks like reckless spending. Kyle Tucker? Oh man, where do I start? This guy's a 26-year-old phenom from the Astros, drafted in 2015, and he's exploded into one of the game's best all-around outfielders. We're talking a guy who hit .284 with 30 homers and 100 RBIs last season, earning his first All-Star nod and a Gold Glove for his elite defense in right field. His background? Grew up in Tampa, played college ball at Florida, and has that rare combo of power, speed, and smarts. He's not just a hitter, he's a gamer with clutch performances in big moments. Now, flip to the Dodgers, the franchise that's been a powerhouse since the 2010s, winning multiple World Series under Andrew Friedman and his analytics-driven approach. They've got a history of big spends, Ohtani's $700 million deal, Betts' $365 million, Freeman's $162 million. Their team is a who's who of MVPs and stars, but they've also had the arrogance. Remember the 2020 collapse? Yeah, that haunts us. Teoscar Hernandez? The Dominican slugger signed in 2021 for $14 million, and boom, 58 homers in his first 2 seasons. He's the clubhouse spark, the guy who brings energy, plays with a smile but swings with violence. Clutch. He's got it, hitting in key spots when it matters. Then there's the prospects. Bobby Miller, the 2022 first-round pick who burst onto the scene with 100 miles per hour heat, but struggled with consistency. Brian Ward, the 28-year-old catcher who dominated the minors as PCL MVP, but is blocked by Will Smith. The front office under Friedman? Ruthless, data-obsessed, willing to trade away future for present. They've built this empire, but this Tucker deal? It's the crown jewel or maybe the albatross. Understanding these backgrounds shows why this isn't random. It's calculated, and that's what makes it terrifying. Now, here's where it gets conspiratorial, my friends, and I love this part because it feels like we're peeling back the curtain on a Hollywood blockbuster. Is this just a signing, or is it part of a master plan to dominate the league for the next decade? Let's think about it. The Dodgers passed on Toronto's 10-year, $350 million offer. Why? Because Tucker didn't want to be the savior in a pressure cooker like Toronto, where the fanbase demands instant results. He chose LA for the luxury of blending in, of not carrying the load alone. But dig deeper, this feels engineered. Whispers in the industry say the Dodgers have been eyeing Tucker for years, waiting for the right moment. Is this about more than just winning? Some say it's a strategic play to force other teams into desperation moves, like trading away their own stars to compete. Conspiracy theorists are pointing to patterns. The Dodgers' history of hoarding talent, their analytics team predicting roster fits down to the decimal. And what about the timing? Right after the Astros World Series win, when Tucker's value is at its peak. It's almost too perfect. You have to wonder, is Friedman in cahoots with agents manipulating the market? Or is this just smart business? Either way, it reeks of manipulation, and if true, it could mean the end of parity in baseball. The league's competitive balance is already strained, and this is the Dodgers' engineering imbalance, setting up a dynasty while rivals scramble. It's the kind of plot twist that keeps me up at night, questioning if baseball is rigged for the rich. Let's compare this to the past because history screams at us, and ignoring it is like ignoring a red flag in a bullpen. Remember when the Dodgers chased shiny toys and dumped loyal guys? Think back to 2012, when they traded prospects for Hanley Ramirez, who flopped in the playoffs. Or the 2020 NLCS collapse, where their super roster choked under pressure. This Tucker deal echoes that arrogance, but it's clinical now, no more nightmares, or so they hope. Compare to the Blue Jays' desperate 10-year pitch to Tucker, $350 million franchise-altering money, but he said no. Why? Because Toronto's a mess with ownership drama and a fan base that eats coaches alive. The Mets offered $55 million annually, but the Dodgers blew them away with $60 million, saying, "We're not begging, we're buying inevitability." It's like the Yankees' old-school dominance in the 90s, when they spent to win, crushing smaller markets. Teams like the Padres or Giants. They're watching their windows close just like we did when the Dodgers hoarded talent before. Even the Astros' own signings, think Jose Altuve's $163 million, pale in comparison. This is unprecedented and it sets a new bar. If past patterns hold, the Dodgers might win big, but the arrogance could bite back, like it did in 2016 when they blew a 3-1 lead. Comparisons show this isn't isolated, it's part of a league-wide shift toward haves and have-nots. Breaking down the roster fit, this is where the tension explodes and we see the dominoes falling. Tucker's slotted in right field, but to make room, Teoscar Hernandez shifts to left. Is he a Gold Glove lefty? Nah, probably not. His defense is solid but not elite, and left field at Dodger Stadium could expose some weaknesses. But who cares? The lineup's protection is insane. Teoscar's 25 homers last year? Now he's sixth in a batting order that could score 8 runs a game. Imagine, Ohtani leading off, Betts second, Freeman third, Ohtani fourth, Tucker fifth, Teoscar sixth. Opposing pitchers are having nightmares already. Depth charts? Overflowing. They've got extras like Chris Taylor and Gavin Lux, but trades are coming. Salary dynamics? Luxury tax through the roof? The Dodgers are projected to hit $300 million in payroll, with tax penalties that could cost tens of millions. Development concerns? Prospects like Miller and Ward are on the block, meaning the farm system takes a hit. This isn't just adding, it's reshaping, and if it works, it's genius. If not, it's a bloated disaster. Positional issues? Center field is still a question mark with Cody Bellinger gone, but Tucker's versatility helps. Overall, this fit screams depth, but at what cost? The roster's now a juggernaut, but chemistry could suffer with egos clashing. Scouting time? Let's dissect these guys like we're in the war room because stats don't lie but context does. Kyle Tucker, strengths? Power to all fields, he hit 30 hours last year, with a .284 average and 100 RBIs. Elite defense, that Gold Glove isn't hype, he's got range and arm strength. Clutch. In the playoffs he delivered. Projections? In LA's hitter-friendly park, expect 35-plus HRs, .290 average and all-star seasons. Weaknesses? He's not a base stealer, only 10 SBs last year, and can he handle LA's media circus? Teoscar Hernandez? Strengths? Raw power, 25 hours, 91 RBIs, that infectious energy. His swing is violent and he's a clubhouse leader. Weaknesses? strikeouts 150 last year, and defense in left might be a liability. Projections, 25 to 30 hours, but batting sixth means less pressure. Bobby Miller? Once a 100 miles per hour ace with a filthy slider. Strengths, stuff for days. Weaknesses, inconsistency, 4.34 ERA, mental fragility. Projections, if traded he could rebound elsewhere. Brian Ward? Minor league beast, .300 average, 20 hours in AAA. Strengths, contact power. Weaknesses, age 28, blocked. This signing boosts the outfield to MVP levels, but trades weaken the farm, risky, but calculated for short-term glory. Oh man, the league's losing its mind and its glorious chaos. Rival fans? Furious Astros fans feel robbed, tweeting things like, Tucker's gone and for what? Dodger dollars? Blue Jays execs are seething over the rejected offer, with reports of internal meetings turning heated. Media's calling it competitive imbalance, with ESPN headlines screaming Dodgers monopoly threatens baseball. Teams like the Phillies or Braves. They're panicking knowing they can't match this payroll, Phillies GM said off record. It's not fair, how do we compete? Fans across the board? Outraged, the Dodgers are ruining the sport, they cry on Reddit and Twitter. Even neutral observers are shocked. Executives are whispering about tanking or rule changes to cap spending. The shock? It's real and it's spreading like wildfire, with petitions for revenue sharing gaining traction. But the Dodgers? They're smirking because this sends a message, we're untouchable. Reactions range from awe to anger, and it's dividing the fan base like never before. Zoom out. What does this mean for the season, free agency, the league? We're staring at a Dodgers team where anything less than a World Series is failure. No excuses left. Dave Roberts can't mismanage the pen with this offense. Free agency? Other stars will flock to LA, draining talent from everywhere. Think Garrett Cole or Aaron Judge eyeing the West Coast. Competitive balance? Forget it. This widens the gap, turning baseball into a Dodgers versus everyone fight. Conspiracy theorists? They say it's the end of parity, with LA engineering a decade of dominance. Long term? It could lead to rule changes like a hard cap or even expansion drafts. For the season, expect a powerhouse. But if they collapse, it's the most expensive flop ever. Implications ripple. Smaller teams suffer, stars demand Dodger money, and the game's soul is at stake. Is this sustainable? Probably not, but for now it's a revolution. Few folks, we've peeled back the layers and it's wild. The Dodgers Tucker bomb is game-changing, conspiratorial, and controversial. But here's the open question. Is this ambition or arrogance? Will Teoscar thrive in left? Can we really give up on Miller? And you, what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are you hyped or horrified? Hit like if this breakdown fired you up, subscribe for more unfiltered takes, and let's ride this wild season together. Because if money buys rings, the Dodgers are about to prove it, or crash spectacularly. What do you think? Tell me below.